Hey Virgo, welcome in. Welcome back. This is Lauren the Mystic. We are here for your eclipse reading for the Aries solar eclipse taking place tomorrow on March 29th, 2025. It will be at 5:55 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we are just going to tune in now to some soul growth messages for you. We're going to be looking primarily at oracle cards today to kind of get the bigger picture, to get the deeper messages for you. And then we're going to pull a few tarot cards as well to help kind of unpack that story. So welcome in. If you are new, I'm so glad you are here. Welcoming you in for all Virgo placements, sun, moon, and rising sign. If you are a Virgo rising, this, let's see, where will this be taking place for you, Virgo? In your 8th house. This is going to be in your 8th house if you are a Virgo rising. So, if you are in need of a copy of your whole sign house chart, I will drop a link below. Everyone else, I would appreciate so much if you would like this video and go down and hit that subscribe button, please, for me. Helps me to tune into your energy even better, more specifically. So as we get started, know that this is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, I will also drop that link below. Right now, I am offering a 3-question reading for only $35. And if you would like a whole sign house natal chart reading, or if you would like to take a look at how the transits, such as this solar eclipse, are affecting you personally and specifically to your own natal chart, I would be honored to assist you with that as well. As we get started, I am an intuitive reader. I will be channeling messages in that go beyond the messages we see in the cards, and they come in through my clairs, clairsentience, claircognizance, clairaudience. I will hear a lot of guidance that starts to come through. So just take whatever messages resonate as truth for you, and know that these are, of course, general collective readings. All right, Spirit, show me Virgo, please, for this Aries solar eclipse. What does Virgo need to know? First message out, Virgo, perspective. Gaining a different perspective. Spirit's guiding you to zoom out on whatever is the most pressing matter going on in your world right now. Anything causing you distress, to zoom out and take a broader perspective, to recognize that oftentimes in the bigger picture of things, the thing that we might be stressing over so much might end up being something small in comparison. So right now is a time for you to zoom out, to take a more objective perspective, to look for any spaces of common ground that you may have with another individual, if this is in regards to a relationship, but recognizing that in the end, what is seeming to be an insurmountable problem at this moment is something down the road you are going to feel really doesn't matter as much. And so this is just Spirit reminding you not to overly focus or overly fixate on something that may not be worth the effort in the long run. We've also got Earth School coming out for you next, Virgos. And this is really about your own soul's growth. You're in a process of soul growth, and this is in relationship. Whatever is going on here, that Spirit is guiding you to get a different perspective in regards to. This is about you learning a lesson here. This is an opportunity for you to tune into your higher aspect of self, to connect into again, this idea or this understanding that this is about the big picture. And we do have the South Node in your sign. We just had a lunar eclipse in Virgo. And so the South Node often will pertain to karmic lessons that we're completing or soul growth lessons that our own soul signed up to basically complete in this lifetime. And we sometimes will come into circumstance or relationships or what have you, where it puts us in close contact of really needing to work on that particular lesson. And it sounds like that's what is underway for you at this moment. We've also got all paths lead home. And this is really about, again, turning your gaze within, connecting into your higher aspect of self and listening into your intuitive knowing, listening to that inner guidance, that inner authority that is always calling you home, right? Always showing you the path, the navigation point. Let's pull a few Earth Magic cards for you, Virgos. What else do we need to know, Spirit, about this solar eclipse for Virgo? Show us Virgo, please. What does Virgo need to know, please, Spirit? Show us Virgo. Oh, got a whole story that just popped out, Virgo. All right, Eagle, Communion. When the card Eagle comes out, this again signifies the spiritual journey that you're on right now. It signifies that opportunity for you to be in deep communion with Spirit, with your guides, with messengers that are bringing messages to you from the heavens. That is often what eagles are considered as the animal that sort of is like representational of Saturn, that boundary. You know, the eagles are the only animal that can go the closest or the furthest, you know, towards the heavens. And it represents the ability to bring spiritual messages to you on this plane. Okay, thank you, Spirit. We've also got the dawn. So new beginnings are right on the horizon for you, Virgo. And I believe that those new beginnings are going to be coming to you as you move through this period of soul growth. So as you're listening to that inner wisdom, what it's guiding you toward is this new beginning energy, where your soul's growth is wanting to take you next. We've also got full moon completion energy. So the next full moon will be the Libra full moon, which will be in 2 weeks' time. And that could be a significant point, or it could just be to tune into the archetype of what a full moon represents, which is the culminating point. It represents revelations and this opportunity to release. So it's that halfway point in the cycle of from when we've planted new seeds at the new moon, and when we reach the full moon, we can begin to see how those seeds are growing, how they're harvesting, how they're coming into form. And it allows us to adjust our plans as well when we see that energy. So if things are not growing the way that we were hoping, or if our manifestations are not taking form in the way that we really wanted them to, this offers us an opportunity to then adjust what we are doing and how we are harvesting that energy so that that can be malleable, right? So we've also got Desert, Vision Quest. This again is another card of you being on a spiritual journey right now. A vision quest is typically when you go off into the wilderness and you check out of social media, you go offline, and it's typically a time where you go within, where you're communing with nature. And historically, like if one goes on a vision quest, what they're seeking to do is to come into communion with their higher aspect. They're seeking to receive spiritual messages, spiritual guidance. And it's often when they're going on this vision quest that they receive these kind of revelations and this clarity, and really feeling like they are tuning in and touching into that inner divinity, whatever that might mean for you. So perhaps this does mean you literally go on some kind of retreat for yourself, or you take some time where you are really going inward. But this could just be about employing some new practices for yourself that allow you to tune into that type of energy on a regular basis and to really begin to commune with yourself in that kind of more spiritual way. We've got you are good enough, full moon in Virgo energy. Believe in the impossible, blue moon energy. And also, nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. So what I'm feeling here is two scenarios, actually, Virgos, that there's something you're working through that isn't the right fit for you. And what is happening is it's potentially causing you to reflect that then back upon yourself in terms of your own feelings of self-worth, your own feelings of being good enough. It's almost as if you're feeling that because the circumstances are not going the way you expected them to, that it's somehow a failure on your part. And that's not true. And Spirit is reminding you again to get perspective on this, to take a different perspective and understand that perhaps some things in our path are simply meant to teach us, to help us grow as individuals. And regardless of how we want to judge that as successful or not successful, as meeting our needs or not, sometimes it's not about the situation itself, but rather the lesson that we learn about ourselves in the process. And that is really difficult to have, actually, that kind of a perspective when you're in the middle of it, isn't it? It's very difficult for you to look at a circumstance that might be deeply painful in this moment and think, oh, well, I'm learning a valuable life lesson here. But with some time to yourself in that contemplation, when you give yourself those opportunities to go within, I think what Spirit is saying to you is that you are going to experience a shift here. And quite likely it might come in rather quickly with this very fiery moon energy the solar eclipse is bringing. So it may bring you these aha moments where suddenly you're starting to feel lighter. You're starting to feel the release of some of that density, potentially, of whatever it is that's not going according to plan, right? And has been a deeply trying lesson for you in this moment. So we've also got trust the timing, Virgo. So trust here, Spirit is saying whatever's not going according to plan, whatever perhaps you're feeling as if you wasted some time here, this is a message for you to realize time is not running out. This is not time wasted. You're exactly where you need to be as you need to be there, that this is divine timing. And divine timing is at play with our soul's growth often. It's not on our time, is it? It's on the time of the divine. And that can be really frustrating when we're going through it because, again, in this moment, it's so personalized and it's so subjective for us. This card here, you're not for everyone. This is really just a reminder to not compromise yourself again. This is another card about your self-worth. Not compromising yourself, not compromising your own true north, what really lights you up, what is unique and true for you, and to not allow other people to dictate what that might be for you, whether that be your family, your friends, or your own self-imposed kind of obligations to self of what you think you should do to be pleasing to others. This is about you embracing yourself as you are, in all parts of yourself as you are, and knowing that the more you honor your own authenticity and face your true north, the more you're also honoring your spirit and your soul's growth process. We also have jump in, Virgo. It's time for you to have some more fun. It's time to say yes to change and to go about that change as if it's a new adventure for yourself, for your soul. Even if that change doesn't necessarily feel welcomed in this moment, it's going to end up being an adventure that will bring you into contact with the next aspect, the next possibility and potential that's perfect for you. And when you say yes to the environment around you, to things you normally would not say yes to, when you allow yourself to kind of lean in, we're guided in this beautiful way where sometimes things just begin to open up for us. Yeah, look at this. We have the Return. This is from the Rose Oracle deck. This is about you writing a new story, Virgo. You get to decide, and you're deciding based on your own alignment. Again, facing that true north. It's time for you to believe in the impossible. So remember when I said that I felt like there's two stories here? I feel like I'm speaking to a collective of Virgos who's moving away from a situation that wasn't really in alignment. It wasn't the right fit for you. But perhaps it looked good on paper, or perhaps other people really thought this was something you should do or participate in, whatever it might be. But it wasn't really authentic to you. And Spirit is saying, it's time for you to write a new story now, Virgo. You get to decide. I also really am feeling that that perspective card is about you zooming out and realizing that you don't need anybody's permission. You only get this one life to live. And that if you take that perspective of we have this one opportunity to really allow our soul to go on this adventure of life, to live and to experience Earth School, it kind of helps us in those scenarios when we consider that, it helps us to minimize all of the shoulda, the couldas, the wouldas, the pressure that we feel from these outside sources at times. Helps us to minimize that and to really align into what is true and right for us. And I feel like you're being guided to go within in order for you to quiet those voices or quiet those influences down and help you to really get clear on what it is that's calling to your heart. Yeah, we've got the Holy Grail. So stop the endless searching, Virgo. Looking inward is the answer. When we're searching for all of the answers and the solution outside of ourselves, what we're going to end up doing is being on this endless cycle of repeating. And we're going to continue to repeat and repeat and repeat until we choose to go inward and begin to face those lessons that we're being asked to learn. And so this is about you going inward and finding that holy grail within you, within your mind, within your intuition and your knowing, and within your heart space that's really guiding you forward, Virgo. Yep. Can't make it up, darlings. The wastelands. So this is about the shadow work journey. This is, again, another iteration of tending to your inner garden, going within, the need for you to slow down, the need for you to basically replenish yourself. How maybe you've been spending your energy or your time, something you might be doing is unsustainable for you. So whether that is the classic Virgo overthinking or over analyzing something, or perhaps it's the classic Virgo throwing yourself into your work, overdoing things for others, whatever that might be, this is a message for you to slow down. Whatever you're doing right now is not sustainable, and it's time for you to really nourish yourself, to nourish your own energy, okay? So let's pull some tarot. Again, these are pre-shuffled cards, so we're kind of going to be looking at what this eclipse is bringing you face to face with all these oracle cards here. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got Piscean energy, the Fool, taking a new leap of faith, but allowing yourself to be guided by the universe. And that's something that's underneath this, that is really the undercurrent. So right now, what you're doing, Virgo, is you're facing that devil. We're starting off with the devil energy. So this can be anything, again, it's whatever we were just discussing, whatever's unsustainable for you. In whichever ways you are seeking happiness or fulfillment or to feel better outside of yourself instead of cultivating that from within. So this can be any toxic habits. This could be as simple as something like overthinking, right? Or ruminating, allowing your mind to get the best of you. But this can also be, it's typically, I think of this energy a lot as the flight response, when we seek something outside of ourselves to make ourselves feel better. So that can be anything like drinking, smoking, any kind of bad habit, gambling, sex, food, shopping, seeking other people to maybe give us the attention that we need from within, however that manifests, right, in your life. So take it, again, however it resonates for you. But there is this toxic energy that Spirit's asking for you to release. And you're being asked to release that here with both the completion energy and this new beginning. Spirit saying, it's time, Virgo, for a new beginning. You are good enough. You deserve this. You deserve this for yourself. Okay? And why? Because you're being guided by the sun. You're being guided by your North Node, by your destiny, by what your ultimate happiness is. And sometimes we've got to get out of our own way. So this is also a card of removing any self-sabotage, removing, sometimes even it could be like the self-sabotage of not doing the thing we know we need to do, not taking the action step we know we need to take because we know it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to push us into that new path. and maybe we're not quite ready to go. But this eclipse says you are. You are leaving that behind. You are walking away, Ten of Swords, from all of this hurt, from any feelings of betrayal, from any feelings of being stabbed in the back, or this not going, again, according to plan. So deep disappointment, deep hurt, a very difficult period. And this is completion energy. The tens are always completion of a cycle. So you are very much at the beginning of a new cycle, and you're being primed right now through this eclipse energy to catapult into that new cycle, Virgo. That's the supercharged energy that this particular eclipse has. It's fiery, it's cardinal, and it's ready to pack a punch. And it's with that uncomfortable Mars, who's actually, Mars is still in Cancer. And I say with that uncomfortable Mars because Mars is the ruler of Aries. So Mars governs this solar eclipse, right? It's Mars's temple that this solar eclipse is taking place in. And what Mars is doing is helping you cut away any of this toxicity. This is Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer is doing that to take care of you, doing that because it's the nurturing thing to do for you in the long run. And it's what's in your best interest in the long run. So, although this sounds like a very difficult period, Virgo, this is a very beautiful reading. What I'm seeing is that you are primed and ready to go. And I can't wait to see what your readings are maybe going to be looking like after we move through this. But know that the eclipse energy will be hanging out with us for about the next 6 months. It doesn't just last for a lunar cycle. So spend the time, if you can, to really get intentional about the seeds that you're planting. Whatever you're ready to release, create those affirmations around that. Call that in for yourself. Call in that healing, right? Call in that courage that you might need, that fortitude that you might need to help you through. And as we've seen here, Spirit is with you. So call upon your spirit guides as well, any angels, any ancestors supporting you, whatever your beliefs are. Call upon those guides to help you find the way right now, help you to gain clarity that you need. You've got Eagle Spirit working with you to bring you messages from the divine. So spend some time in meditation if that feels good. And if I can support you, I would be happy to do so. Just drop me an email or let me know. If this is where we leave things for now, Virgo, I will see you next time, and I wish you the best as you navigate this period of time. Otherwise, I look forward to working with you, and I appreciate in advance your subscription. Take good care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.